Greetings, Tracy Tigers. Welcome to this week's edition of Principal Talk. I'm Mr. Bull.
I'm Mrs. Lackey.
And today we have a special guest,
Mrs. Dudenhofer, your music teacher.
We're so excited. We're actually right down here in her classroom to see all of the beautiful things that she has out for all the learning that's going to happen here in this classroom. We're going to share with what she's bringing to the table in just a few moments, but before we get too far, let's say our Tracy pledge together. I respect you, and you respect me.
I am responsible so all can see. I choose every day to act kindly. Always a Tracy Tiger I will be.
And as you know, we always wrap it up with those Tracy Tiger traits. You can say them with me. At Tracy, we are
respectful, responsible, and kind.
So excited to have Mrs. Dudenhofer with us today. And actually, we're going to turn over the newscast to her, and she's going to share some wonderful information with all of you.
Very smooth connection, Mr. Bull, because we will be talking about respect, responsibility, and kindness. Thank you to Mr. Bull and Mrs. Lackey for letting me join their very special Principals Talk. So I am here to introduce to you a brand new program that we are starting for the first quarter, and we will run again for the second part of school, called the second quarter, and then the third and the fourth. Every Tracy Tiger is going to be receiving a little incentive board with 5 empty boxes. So during the month of September, we all practice what it might look like to be respectful at Tracy School in the hallways, what it might sound like to be responsible in the cafeteria, what a responsible learner would be doing in the art room, in a 5th grade classroom, down to a kindergarten classroom. Well, now we are in our second month of school, October, and it's time to start showing what we've been learning, showing what we know. What we're going to ask you is to show us how you can be respectful, responsible, and kind throughout the month of October. All the Tigers will be receiving a board. I know that one was small, so I made you a bigger one like this. You'll notice it spells Tracy at the top, and inside of each of our letters are some words about what that category is. What we want to catch you doing to fill in this empty box with maybe a sticker from your teacher, or a stamp, or even a hole punch from whatever your classroom teacher would decide to do. The category of T. Mr. Bull, what does that say?
That one says Tracy Tigers show their kindness.
All of the time. Whether it is in the hallway, at breakfast, going home. Letter R.
R is responsibility is shown from breakfast all the way home.
Really responsible choices all day long. A, what are we looking for there?
All positive behaviors in the hall, at specials, and in the bathroom.
So those choices you make. Should I run or should I walk? Should I tell the truth or not? Those positive words and those positive actions anywhere throughout the day. The C box.
Caught showing respect.
Can you get caught by one of our grown-ups showing respect this month? Yes, you can. And letter Y?
Yum yum, our lunch behaviors are yummy.
Oh, now that is specific only to lunchtime. So let's hope you will be caught lining up correctly, using polite table manners, cleaning up the mess. Throughout the month of October, any grown-up at Tracy School, when we see you repeatedly being really responsible, always making positive choices, we catch you showing respect, we can ask for you to fill in your box with one of those stickers, stamps, whatever your teacher is using. By the end of October, by Halloween, if you have all 5 boxes filled in, you will be joining your classroom on our very special Trail of Traits. You will be heading out on a little adventure course to practice some different obstacles and different challenges to prove you know what it means to be a respectful, responsible, and kind Tracy Tiger. Cannot wait to see how many of you will fill up all 5 boxes by your positive choices that you'll make each and every day.
And we're counting on all 515 students to do this here at Tracy Elementary School. Mrs. Lackey, Mrs. Dudenhofer, myself, and the rest of the Tracy staff know that you can do it.
We believe in you, and we'll all be watching for the opportunity to catch you making that positive choice to earn your ticket to join us on the Trail of Traits after Halloween.
We can count on you. Wrapping up the newscast today, Mrs. Lackey is going to share some information from our growth mindset.
Well, special thanks to Mrs. DiNicola's 5th grade class because they gave us some sentences to sort this week. So these came from real live Tracy 5th graders. They wrote these in their class and they gave them to us. So you're going to help us sort these. Are these statements a growth mindset, what Mrs. D is holding, or are they a fixed mindset statement? Okay, number 1. I failed this math test, but next time I'll try harder. What do you think, Mrs. D?
Mrs. Lackey, I'm going to try harder. That's a growth mindset. I'm going to allow myself to get better.
Absolutely, I agree with that one. The next one, I am horrible at math.
I think that's going to come over here to fixed mindset because that's kind of stuck.
I
How
agree
could-
with that one.
How can we turn that into growth mindset? I can do better next time.
Very nice. All right, next one, I can't do cursive handwriting. I think some people feel this sometimes. Cursive can be tough. But when we stop right there, go ahead, Mrs. D.
I was going to say, with some practice, I could get better at my cursive handwriting.
Absolutely.
So it sounds like it's another stuck, fixed mindset to me.
Stuck in the
But
mud.
just adding a couple words can really change that from
Changes
one
it
to
right
the other.
around.
Okay, next one. I will study more to get smarter. That's a good attitude to have. I like that one.
I'm feeling it grow already in my heart and soul there, Mrs. Lackey. That's awesome.
Very nice. Next, I can't find a sentence to explain this problem. If you can't do it.
Can't do it. That's fixed, Mrs. Lackey.
Next one. This is actually a question. What if it's hard?
Oh,
That's tricky. We haven't really talked about growth mindset questions.
question. It sounds like it might be starting on the fixed side. What if it is hard? But what if with some practice, like on an instrument, it could get easier?
And I have to tell you, I was in visiting a kindergarten class, a little shout out to Miss Perkins, and she must have said 4 or 5 times while I was in her class, I can do hard things. I think we could put that over there.
Yeah. I'll put
I
this-
can do hard things.
I love I can do hard things. Next, I will never be able to be good enough to hang out with them. It's kind of like a social one, so not schoolwork, but we can still have growth mindset anywhere we go. So if you think that you will never be good enough, that sounds
kind
pretty
of fixed.
fixed.
Can you help me? How do I turn that into growth, Mrs. Lackey? How do I do it?
Well, I think you could say, I'm going to try to be friends with these kids. I'm going to go make an effort and talk to these friends right now and not just tell ourselves that we can't do something.
Just a smile can be the first thing you could do
Absolutely.
to have a new friend, to take that first step to become a part of that friendship circle.
When you change your own mindset, it can really make a difference into all different parts of your life. And our very last one today, I could get better at math, but I want to hang out with my friends instead.
I thought at first it was a
Kinda
growth
sounded cool.
mindset.
It did.
I could get better at math, but sounds like there's a choice.
That one's tricky. It kind of rides a little bit into both brains
Put
there.
that one
Put that right in the middle.
Put that in the middle.
So thank you, 5th grade. We really appreciate those growth mindset statements. You made us think and have to debate some of those. Any other classrooms, if you are willing and able, send us some of your statements or questions, and we would love to help sort those. Thank you, Mrs. D, today for being our special guest speaker. And we're excited for our Trail of Treats coming up next month.
So we have 2 challenges for you, and you know you can step up the plate. We need some more classes to turn in some growth or fixed mindset examples for us to show on the news, and also we're counting on every single Tracy Tiger to get to the Trail of Traits. So with that, Tracy Tigers, let's have a great
Tiger Day! Bye-bye, Grr!